And welcome back. This is round 3 of Paddling Pool 211. We are going to see Pink Submarine Melody versus Booyah Gang. I am Pat, here again with Chili Boy.
Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, really looking forward to get stuck into this. Booyah Gang, I do recognise they do play a lot of Dapple's tournaments. They're seeded quite high for a reason, but they have had a bit of trouble in their bracket. Lemonade seem to be sweeping through Group F so far, so I think Booyah Gang and Pink Submarine Melody have both played against Lemonade and struggled. But yeah, really interested to see what both teams can do. Rainmaker and Undertow, really fun map. So many ways you can kind of plan around pushing and advancing. You can kind of switch direction halfway through to throw people off. Really fun map mode combination. And that's very sad.
Yes.
I
was wondering why I was seeing team tags for both teams on both teams.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. I was, and also I was just about to analyze the compositions, because I was like, GooTuber and the Tri-Stringer, like, you know, we don't see too much of them at the moment. And now I'm wondering if they're both going to be on the same team, which would be absolutely bonkers. I'm assuming they won't be. But looks like we're going to see some interesting weapon showcases this set either way, Pat.
Yes, so fortunately, I just noticed our streamer was more attentive than us, Chili, and didn't show anything to the to the public. So we sound like idiots right now.
Oh, whoops.
But both teams are in the right order right now, and they will be ready very soon to go playing Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway.
Yeah, ignore our confusion then, folks. We have rectified the situation. It looks like we have our teams kind of correctly assigned, and we'll be getting stuck in. I guess while we're just waiting for that, then, Pat, what are your thoughts on Undertow? I kind of briefly mentioned mine, but what do you think of it as a map mode?
The map is bad because of mid, but Rainmaker forces you to go away from mid as fast as you can, so it makes that map mode good. And that's how you want to play Undertow Spillway. Get away from mid as soon as you can, because that part of the map is just a death trap that nobody likes.
Yeah, I mean, that is fair. It is a pretty nasty choke point, but I think that's exactly why I like Rainmaker and Undertow, because it opens up so much once you get through midline hell. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how both teams play around that. So we do see a Tri-Stringer and then a lot of offensive stuff from Booyah Gang. And we don't see a GooTuber. There's been a kind of shift there in what people have picked, but we see a Luna Neo. We do not see that every day.
Luna Neo, I had to check. That's Feasible and a hammer. I'm not so sure about Luna Neo, especially for Rainmaker, where you want to paint and move as fast as you can, but I guess if Luna can get at least a trade, that's going to secure the push in favor of Marine Melody.
The Luna heard you, definitely, because as soon as you said that, Booyah Gang went 3 down, and then the Luna traded with the last one. So look at this, Pink Sub immediately getting the checkpoint. That is not a trivial thing to do this early on a map like this. Booyah Gang responding really, really well, though. There's only the 52 alive for Pink Sub, so it looks like this will be a reset into mid, or Booyah Gang picking up the Rainmaker to advance themselves, and they're now getting really nice control. Very yellow looking map so far, and yeah, just taking their time now to feel up an opportunity to advance. I agree, very, very kind of quirky composition choices, but we'll see what they can do. I think it's looking like, Pink Sub are going to be able to...
Ooh, that's a nice jump out. You want to see that. Pink Submarine Melody in a position to attack again, and now that they no longer have a checkpoint to tend to, they could score a lot of points, but that Luna is going to get picked up without even getting the trade. Booyah Gang is back in the game with 3 versus 1. That could be a fast checkpoint on the right for them.
Yeah, and now that they've caught that 52 who's sharking there, it's definitely going to be a checkpoint, and this is looking a pretty scary situation. That being said, 3 down, so Pink Sub's defense is really impressive. Not quite sure how they're doing it. We see a lot of it seems to be happening kind of off off splat cam if you like, but they're doing a really, really good job on both sides of shutting down, you know, quite substantial number disadvantages. Nice steal! Incredibly clutch steal here, and it looks like Booyah Gang are going to cheese a push to 1. Never ever leave the Rainmaker unattended, folks. That is an advertisement to never ever leave the Rainmaker unattended, because now Booyah Gang are going to end it. Wow.
Okay! And this is why you grab the Rainmaker. Well, that's how you win the game. Congratulations to Booyah Gang. Booyah Gang getting the cheese. That was great defense all time, and both teams getting that checkpoint, getting their positions, and well, Rainmaker happened. And one thing you cannot cheese is zones, thankfully.
No, I had my head in my hands because that was such a good game up to that point, and just one devastating mistake. I think it was Yoshi's that was just loitering, just zoinked that Rainmaker, and what a good shark and hold to do that, because completely changed that game. So Pink Sub will not be making that mistake again, I'm sure, as they go into this next game. But like you say, splat zones, static objective, much more opportunity to kind of see which team can be the most consistent. And it's on Umami Ruins, which is our newest map introduced into the fray. I really like Umami Ruins. I like the fact that it's dual zones. I like the fact there's, you know, quite a lot of room to play with outside of the zones itself to cause distractions. And I'm really interested to see what people pick, because I really liked Booyah Gang's comp in the first game. Tri-Stringer plus as a kind of enabling tool and a supportive pick, and then just 3 really offensive front line shooters to rain ink everywhere, and it was working really well. It did look like momentum was shifting in Booyah's favor even without the cheese.
Yeah, if you are watching us, don't blink. Things could go real fast with the teams. But on this map, it is so good, but if you manage to really get into enemy territory, get control of the enemy snipe, you can lock things up for so long and get a very fast KO too. So, saying that this map cannot be cheesed with the incredibly small zones that we have, with the way that you have to really get into enemy territory and make so much space for yourself, I mean, you can't get something like what we just saw on Rainmaker, but you can get some very cheesy plays, and I love the cheese.
I mean, look, Booyah Gang finds the cheese if the cheese exists, clearly, so that's why the seeded quite high. So we'll see what they can do. Some really interesting switch-ups in terms of weapons. We've got a comparable comp from Booyah Gang, but they've subbed out one of the splashes for a Neo Splash. And we've got a Reflux, which did get a buff in the most recent patch. It's had a buff to its movement, and it's had a buff to how much easier it is to get the one-shot kills. So strong opening from Marine Melody, Pink Sub there. They managed to get 2 down. They've got control of the zones, and they've got missiles coming out. So immediately putting Booyah Gang on the back foot and forcing them quite back into their own spawn. So we'll see what they can do with this, but a very impressive start from Pink Sub. They're not letting the tilt from that first game stop them.
And we see now Booyah Gang getting right back in, getting a delayed wipe, I believe, and taking full control of mid. Right now it's on Pink Sub, Marine Melody to get back in, get that control, and we see one player on snipe ready to drop maybe, or getting picked by the Tri-Strike.
Yeah, really strong defensive play here by Booyah Gang. I love that the Stringer got control of mid originally, but then did move up to enemy snipe. The Reef Slider coming out from the Tetra Dualies went so deep up the enemy ramp, and that is a really good place to use that when you have control. And it's took Pink Sub a long time to start contesting mid. They have got 2 down now, so this is a chance for a penalty. They are going to get it. The Zuka's coming out. They're doing a counter offensive, and there's 2 down. So this is Pink Sub's chance to get really good map control and work that penalty off, which they seem to be doing really well right now.
Both of these teams are playing so well right now, getting the zone for themselves, making the best of it. Right now, Marine Melody getting the picks and getting... Whoa, getting in? What?
Wow. Yeah, Kit Kat getting caught there. This frontliner
I get away with
so deep. Yeah, and then retreating at a very smart time. 2 of their teammates went down. They needed to retreat there. They're doing that. Then now looks like they're going for trades, but they are going to get penalized for that. So this will be a recap for Booyah Gang if they are active. They have managed to do so, but they've got a big penalty to wear off, and Pink Sub have shown that they can recover quite well, even when Booyah Gang go deep into their spawn. So yeah, I don't think anyone is safe right now. This is a really, really good back and forth.
Booyah Gang needs to get a good hold of that zone, and right now Marine Melody is getting in, is getting the zone for themselves, about to apply penalty again. They get it.
I love this reflex play because we haven't seen one.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful kill on Yoshi's when the reflex was down. The reflex buffs, I think people are still taking time to feel them out. It is a weapon that was considered bad for good reason, but I actually think, you know, there's some sleeper agent elements to the changes, and this is a really nice display of how valuable the reflex can be right now on Pink Sub's part. They still have the cap. They are still having the numbers advantage. Great movement here from what I believe is the splatter shot Arwin, and then a beautiful jump out when the situation was dire. That was a really good showcase of frontline play.
Marine Melody trying to extend their lead, but it's not gonna happen with just one player left standing back in spawn. Back to the drawing board. Booyah Gang on their way maybe to get the lead if they can keep that zone, if they can keep Pink Sub and Marine Melody in their side of the map, but it looks like they are already painting and ready to apply penalty. Maybe, or maybe not.
We had the Booyah bomb come out, but unfortunately a teammate went down as they started charging it, so that is going to be a trade. This is still quite an advantageous position for Booyah Gang, I would say, overall. They've got good map control, and they just had 3 down, so Booyah will retain the zone. They will have a chance to push in aggressively, and Pink Sub have been doing so incredible up to this point, but it looks like they are starting to lose control.
Booyah Gang in control, no penalty, and right now 2 up. If they manage just to keep the fight away from the zone, they could almost KO.
I don't know what's happening here because 3 were down. 3, yeah, that took a while. There was 3 down on Booyah Gang's part, and Pink Sub, I don't know if the last player was causing them some hesitance, but it took a long time to get that recap, unfortunately, for Pink Sub. The tri-stringer Kit Kat there getting a beautiful snipe. Now we're going to be able to get out the whale to help their frontliners get back in here. But Pink Sub have worked their penalty off just about. Everybody's alive on both sides. This is going to come down to this last engagement part, I think.
Yeah, but Booyah Gang, they only need to keep the zone neutral and they win this game. But right now, Pink Sub, they are on their penalty. If they manage to keep the zone just 5 seconds, that's it. That's game for them.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow, and they take...
What?
No, they don't take the... They do take the... Okay. Oh my god, I was... My brain was so confused then, like, as the words were coming out, the situation was changing, but... I've got to say, incredible game from both sides. The reflex has captured my heart, Pat. I mean, that shows the reflex is not just a pure, you know, missile spamming gimmick, because obviously missiles have been rightly nerfed. They're still very valuable. That's why we still see flingsers. But the reflex there had some really nice, like, just offensive picks as well. Like, they weren't just a passive bystander, and I think that really mattered, that set.
Yeah, it feels like a real weapon now, and on a flat map like this one, having such wide painting on a curling ball is to your advantage. You can go there so fast, get so much control, and the missiles are going to enable you to go through the few choke points of the map. Yeah, for this map, honestly, the reflex looks like a very, very, very strong choice.
I might have to pull mine out of storage because I was playing with both the stringers for a long time, and I did betray the reflux and put it down when they stopped me being a degenerate. But I have been very interested in the changes, and it looks like that's just kind of confirmed my suspicions that it might be worth grinding it out again. So yeah, really, really good game. And for our tiebreaker, we are going to Clam Blitz on Manta Maria I'm really glad Manta's back. I love this map. I love the fact that there's kind of a flank, but it's not the easiest flank to get into. We've got good high and low ground options. People sometimes get really creative with the big mast in the middle. And the basket is reasonably far away, so it's not the easiest thing to cheese. You need good coordination to get high scores on this, but both these teams have shown that they have that potential. And I'm really excited. This isn't a kind of straightforward smash by Booyah Gang. I'm glad they've been tested here and forced into what will be probably a really engaging game 3.
For sure, with the solidity of Pink Submarine Melody and the aggressivity, the ability of Booyah Gang to really rush in, the ability to cheese things in, always good for Clam Blitz. We are due to see some fireworks, and that's the game 3 that we want to see between these two teams.
Yeah, and as we've seen as well from both teams, but Marine Melody in particular, quite happy to go for unconventional comps to have that work for them. Like Koreki's had some really interesting weapon picks, and that occasion they worked out. So let's see what they go for. Everything to kind of play for here. Really, really excited. Booyah Gang is sticking with what they know. Don't blame them. Koreki swaps to Inkbrush. I have loved Koreki's picks. Something different every game and always slightly niche. Although the Inkbrush the less niche of the 3. Really excited to see where this goes, Pat.
Koreki not startled, not afraid to try things, and using like pretty varied weapons, getting we hope the results with it. That could like really put Booyah Gang off their game, and for Clam Blitz, an Inkbrush is terrifying. It's so stressful to have an Inkbrush on the enemy team in Clam Blitz.
Yeah, and Pink Sub off to a good start here. They clutched the Tri-Stringer down quite early on. The Tri-Strikes that came out from Booyah Gang, one of them got stuck unfortunately, so not as effective as perhaps they were hoping. And like you say, Inkbrush, so good at creating those kind of opening scoring potentials for teams. So really quite interested to see how this goes. The Kraken's coming out, but as 2 teammates unfortunately go down, so not quite able to do much there other than cause a bit of pressure and distraction. And they are trying to get away and look like they've just about managed to do so. And as I say that, they go down. So very neutral game, everything to play for. Really good, interesting opening minute of both teams just feeling each other out.
Booyah Gang completely shutting down that Kraken push. And right now they have the ball for themselves. They are ready to move in. And we can expect that Tetra players to really create the offensive and create the push in that we might see jump on the side of Booyah Gang. Right now they are ready to get in.
They are. They absolutely are. It looks like this will be a basket break. They have managed it. They've got a numbers advantage at the basket, which you never want to see if you're the defending team. Koreki looking to come back in, but 2 of his teammates have gone down. I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to pull off. They do get a pick on the splash, but the basket is ticking down. It looks like this might be Pink Sub's chance to stop it. They have forced Booyah Gang to retreat, so a good means of stopping the push, but quite a scary statement by Booyah Gang there. It does force Pink Sub to play quite offensively now. We can't go into a classic Clam Blitz 6 hours overtime.
And it looks like Booyah Gang once more. They are getting blood. And it looks like they could be preparing a different push of their own, like extend that lead if they can. Booyah Gang not stopping on that aggressivity that we've seen so far. Kraken stuck on there, and it looks like a double jump.
Wow, beautiful double jump, really well set up for them. I thought they were retreating from the Kraken because of the Kraken sound, but nope, just repositioning for a cheeky super jump. Wonderfully done, has worked.
And we have stream again. Pink Submarine Melody with the Inkbrush ready to attack. They have 2 super clams for themselves. They want that attack, but the splatter shot is going to be denied. They're gonna try the super jump to the Kraken, but it's only 1 super jump. It's 0 super jump right now.
Oh, Try to replicate what Booyah Gang did so well, but Booyah Gang were ready and they get a wipeout as we get back on stream. Sorry for that slight blip, folks, but Booyah Gang is still wreaking havoc whether we're on stream or not. Going to work off that penalty immediately, and they've got such good map control here, Pat, that this is so scary for Pink Sub. They've got such a mountain to climb if they want to win this game 3. And worth noting as well, the Tri-Stringer, I did notice they have Thermalink, really strong choice of kind of chest kind of ability, because it just allows the Tri-Stringer to scope where everybody is off even the slightest hit, and give that scouting information to their team, and it looks like that has been doing wonders this game.
Yeah, Pink Submarine Melody, they were looking so strong these first 2 games, even though they lost Rainmaker, but that's honestly, they were so strong until they lost that game.
Yeah.
But right now, Booyah Gang is doing whatever they want. This map is theirs, and with 30 seconds left, Pink Submarine Melody, they need a miracle. They need the picks, and it looks like the machine on Bunker is going to get something going. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I think the machine's doing really good there, if not overextending, but applying a really healthy amount of offensive pressure. The Kraken has gone in and is causing havoc. There are 2 down, there are 3 down. This will be Pink Sub's chance to make something happen, and we have seen what they can do when they get that golden opening. But a beautiful defensive tri-strike coming out from Booyah Gang, and is that going to be it? It looks like it might be. There was a power clamp that has been neglected, but they've kept the basket open. But that is 3 down, and that is likely to be it. But what what a last-minute scare for Booyah Gang there.
Pink Sub, they had that last push. It was so good for them, but they didn't have the time to collect the clamps before the push, which forced them to get back, abandon the basket to get the clamps, giving Booyah Gang the opportunity to take control of their basket and completely wipe them. Great game, great set by both teams.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to Booyah Gang. We know what they can do. But I think also really important to Pink Sub, do not get disheartened, because that was some really creative comps, a really impressive showing, and yeah, being able to take a team like Booyah Gang to the brink like that is not a kind of trivial feat. It's something to be proud of. So even though they've had a rough time this paddling pool, please don't get disheartened. Look at what went well and look what got you punished, and learn from that, because that we all started somewhere, and that's how we grow and become stronger players. So yeah, I think big GGs to both teams there.
Yes, both teams showing us so much, but we will be back very soon with the best of the best, the top cut. This break will be a bit longer than others because we have to do the seeding of the top bracket. But stay with us, it's going to be worth it. These teams are on fire tonight.
Yeah, can't wait as we go into the high octane pressure of the single elimination standoff with all the teams that have made it through this competitive kind of group stage showing so far. Look forward to seeing you soon, folks. Do stay with us, as Pat says, and yeah, we'll catch you shortly.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!